Okay, welcome to this TSM versus Clutch Gaming VoD review, guys. Here we have a quintessential TSM roster plus the beautiful and standard, I would say. Let's put myself up here, shall we? Where should I hide? I don't want to cover the map, but I guess I'm not covering the map all that much. Let me move this up here. Boom. Alrighty. Welcome to this beautiful and wonderful TSM comp. We have a Syndra, Gnar, Sejuani. Really traditional. And then Zaya Rakan, which I think fits Zen and Mythi like a glove. Into Clutch Gaming, we have Solo, who I've coached before. I love this guy. He's one of my favorite all-time favorite players to work with, right up there with Darshan and Bjergsen and Doublelift, and Sven and Mythi and Perks, and okay, every single player I've worked with. We have Fibivin, who I think I got to work with for like a week on my Fnatic bootcamp. He's a lot of fun. We have Apollo and Hakuho, who I got to work with Hakuho when he was on Monte Cristo's team, LA Renegades, which was sick. I've never worked with Lyra or Apollo, so I'm not sure about them. But on paper, this roster seems pretty freaking awesome. All right? All they need is me. That's all they need. All right, I'm going to go to fast forward. Here we have a standard little mix here. Even spread defense, trying to keep everybody out of everybody's jungle. No invade so far. How's the sound, Twitch? Let me know. Cover the face cam of the VoD. Yeah, well, I don't want to be that small. Okay, invade. I guess there wasn't a ward for this? Or they just assumed there wasn't going to be a ward? Okay. That was good. We got red? Or TSM got red? Or who got red? I did not see. I don't know, man. Fighting Braum this early in the game is scary. But apparently they forgot that they were 2v3. I don't know. I don't know what they were doing. They shouldn't have gone there if Skarner called it off. So that was bad communication. And I didn't really see if Mike Young actually got the red or if he missed the smite, and then what happened was like somebody autoed the red and then he killed the bot lane and got it back. And I don't really want to rewind to see that, but that is about as good as you can get for a start for TSM. Okay, they went to capture this. Oh, I see. They captured the Skarner node and then they fought on it, or they wanted to fight on it. Right? They want them to come onto this node so Skarner can have his combat buff. Okay. Yeah, okay, Mike Young has the red. Good flash. Too bad he gets aggro for that camp. That sucks. I think his Lash gave it to him. Now, I don't know what their bot lane's doing here. This is a dumb idea. Obviously. I don't know. Sick knock-up from Mythi, though. Double knock-up. But yeah, they should have all exited to the south. Like, Skarner should have gone with them. He was just so excited to get the red, or to miss the red. I don't know. Maybe he panicked after they missed the red because he's like, shoot, this invade sucks now. If he gets the red and survives, like, I'm screwed, you know? It's really high risk to invade like that if you don't get the buff steal. Because then, like, you're the one who wastes time and has to go back to your side of the jungle. Meanwhile, the other dude keeps farming. Okay. So, right now we just have lanes. I don't think junglers are going to be doing much here. Mythi's already left bot lane. So apparently Sven is totally fine, and he's using this to scout. Wow. He literally flashed on him? That seems like a low percentage play to flash on your Rakan in the river at level 3. Maybe Skarner thought he could auto him down before he would get away, but anyway. Yeah, I don't have any game sound on, you guys, obviously. I don't want to hear the casters. Okay. How did he even get there? That's cool. So Mike Young gets a reverse gank or a gank from behind. Oh, come on. Ugh. One auto attack. That's disgustingly disappointing. Nar is pushing and winning, which seems like that's what should be happening. Bot has the lane all pulled back completely and is winning 10 CS up. And Mithy's going back to match the Ezreal Braum recall. And Sven is staying and freezing the lane right outside the turret range. This is painful. This is painful. This should be a snowballed game right now. I guess it depends on how well Bjergsen does. If he can get a slight advantage, then they can snowball that onto either side. That's disgusting. As it is, it's going to be up to the bot lane to get back with their gold advantage and their purchase, and then have a sick purchase and then come back and take bot turret and free up the map and go somewhere else. Okay, here comes Mithy. He's controlling the Skarner node, coming back in the aggressive way. So I think right now they want Sven to stack his cull and get his buy, and then they want to come back and control the bottom river bush and just dominate the lane with their item advantage. But right now he opted for cull, so I don't know that he gets that right away versus a Braum Ezreal. I don't really know how the lane works. They're letting them push for now. That's scary because Skarner's there. Mike Young is not really doing too much invading. I don't think you necessarily want to invade a Skarner on his own totems. That doesn't seem like, logically, it doesn't seem like a good idea. I don't know how it works out in practice. So this is perfect because while they recalled, Sven was able to stack up the wave, and so they were able to push in the stacked wave, which meant that their bot lane could not fight them on it, right? If they fight them on that wave, they lose because there's so many minions. So Sven is able to get a huge recall in that gives him his BF and and a health pot. And I don't know what Solo's doing here. It looks like he just wants to recall, but he already just recalled and TP'd back, so I don't know why he would use his ult for a free recall when he was already on the minions themselves. That seems like a misplay or a misclick, or else he wanted to duel him. So now Sven is back, and they're invading prematurely here. It's too bad that the blue was untimed. Sven wants to push this wave and then contest it, but he can't because he's got to catch the wave. So that was just like a Mike showing his face there because he's safe. And I think Mithy is pretty freaking safe as a Rakan too, so he just went ahead and... He just went ahead with him. Maybe that's why that went down. They just felt like they were safe, so they just wanted to harass. All right, they push in bot wave. They're sitting on turret on top of them. Sven and Mithy, this seems like they feel like they have control. Nar comes south looking for GP. GP was trying to sneak the plant. And he's recalling again? Does he even have anything to buy? Let's see here. Okay, he buys a long sword and a... I didn't see what the second thing he bought was. Maybe he bought the health crystal. I wasn't sure if he already had that or not. He has a Targon's? Man, this stupid item. How is that possible to be so broken that a freaking top laner wants to buy it? Wow. This Rakan champ is just so stupid. Like you can literally spend your cooldown to go in, and their juggler can be standing right there, and you can just nope out with zero consequence. It does not even seem fair. How is Skarner supposed to... Maybe that's why Lyra flashed on him right at the beginning, because he's like, this is my only chance this game to kill Mithy. Like, right now. Level 3, if I flash on him in the river. Otherwise, I will never get to kill him again. Okay, so this is fortuitous timing. Lyra came in and blew all his wards with the slight bot pressure that he had, and then Mike Young just came in and swapped out for his pink. A little bit of a non-standard early game because of the invade. So all the purchase timers on the bot lane were all messed up because of the kills and the assists, and so they didn't sync up very well with Mike's route. Like, did you notice when Mithy came back from lane, he wasn't necessarily syncing up with Mike Young in the river. He just kind of went himself because I don't think they had like standard timings on his route, on his clear, plus Mithy going back for his vision. I'm so used to watching Perks, and Perks always reverses those. But I guess he's always trying to stun more than one person. Yeah, for optimal damage, you want to throw it out after the combos. Hello, Jewish Hulk. Welcome to the stream. Who is better, Sneaky and Smoothie, or Sven and Mithy? Well, obviously Sven and Mithy. All right, Mike is taking off of the mid pressure that Bjergsen just chunked Fabivin, and the fact that GP is sitting at turret. They don't know where Skarner is. They have a little bit of vision on the bot side, but I guess he thinks he can solo this without getting checked. I would be scared with GP ult if Skarner comes in and captures his node and then starts fighting him while he's on Rift Herald. I guess he captured the node first, so it can't just be recapturable, but yeah, GP ult plus Skarner could have messed with that a bit. Okay, so he solos the Rift Herald with the lane pressure. That seems to be how the draft should work out. I mean, I don't think that TSM should get so many counter picks, but oh, I guess they didn't get a counter pick mid. They literally got a blind. I guess when you ban 6 mid laners in blind, you can't really get countered that hard, huh? Especially if you're okay. Why isn't TSM here already? Okay, so Skarner comes out. Mike Young's about to finish the jungle. The Rift Herald. Okay, Mike Young finishes the Rift Herald. Skarner puts a ward up top, goes straight bot. Bot lane has just purchased and recalled. I don't know when our bot lane did. So our bot lane's free. They go in the river. Mike Young is pathing toward bot. It's 11:30. You want to take first dragon between 8 and 12, in my opinion. So this is fake pressure. Like, our bot lanes, Sven and Mithy are pushing. I keep saying R like I'm TSM. Well, now you know which team I'm cheering for. But anyway, Sven and Mithy are pushing bot. So Ezreal's going to have to catch. And right now, Clutch Gaming's in the river, right? They have their support, their jungle, and their mid. So as soon as Sven and Mithy are done here, they can walk in the river. It will be a 4 versus 3. TSM will outnumber them by 1 player because Ezreal will be stuck on turret. He can ult in, he can just like ditch the wave and come, but that's suboptimal. So, and now Hakuo has to take the long way back. And by the way, they're putting the vision down first. So once Sven and Mithy are free here, they have the tempo of this play. They can go in, clear wards, go back, catch the wave aggressively, go in, clear wards, go. So I kind of like the initial setup. Hey, Mikasitis, welcome. And hello, Jonathan Doomlau, welcome to Twitch chat. Okay, so I kind of like what Clutch Gaming is doing here, but I dislike how much they're putting into this play. They should enter into the river, and they should sweep, maybe not put vision, or maybe put minimal wards, and then rush to lanes to get the push. Because their bot lane needs to be pushed to counter, to work on this dragon. So let's see what happens. Let's see if TSM takes back pressure here. They just have to give right now, and they can immediately sweep back in. Okay, our bot, or Sven and Mithy are coming in. Mike Young's coming in. Mid's getting pressure. Okay, so here we go. So they're just coming in as 4, getting the same vision and pressure back that they just gave up. Xayah is going back bot to keep the lane pushed. So yeah. So this is exactly what TSM should have done, and now Xayah needs to quickly meet up and go in and fight for this pink ward. Dang. They probably should have fought for that. They had a window. They had another like 5-10 seconds left, and they knew he was going to go for it. If they can win the bot lane duel, they can push the next wave cleanly first and go back in, but I'm not sure if they're going to. Mid lane seems to be just, they're clearing in each other's faces. I think if your perks here, instead of Bjergsen, you'd be like humping this Corki on the turret and trying to clear the wave aggressively and trying to get the move first into the river so that they could get dragon or something. Okay, that was back off. Good. Okay. They run mid, they use Rift Herald. Now they don't have tempo for dragon, so they need to get back and catch that bot wave and catch the next bot wave. Or they give up this bot wave. Okay, they're going to take an aggressive path here. Scary. Yeah, okay, now at least they know that they're there. Oh, nice. Shielded a little bit. Okay, he gets 4 minions out of 6. That's not too bad at all. Okay, let me speed up again. Okay, so no dragon take. It's like 14 minutes. Time to set up for dragon. Mike Young is going to top side because that's where there's camps. He knows that Skarner has to be top side because Skarner doesn't have any bot camps either. So ideally he can clear this fast and go back bot. He should go through mid and try for a gank. It looks like they're just going to take Drake though. Yeah, that sucks. Just too slow. I don't think that... I didn't like how Mike Young here took the route into the river for Crab, and can he hit that globe right there? See, I think he should have done Wolves Drake here. Or Wolves gank mid Drake. And he hits this globe, which gives away his location if somebody could see it. And then he starts Crab, which is really dumb. Yeah, he actually does Crab. Okay, yeah. He should have done top clear straight into Drake setup if they wanted that rift, if they wanted that dragon at all. Okay, so because they were on Drake, they give up the wave position, which means Ven and Mithy don't even let them back on it. They shove into turret. They get the turret. Mike Young is there to cover, so it's impossible to make a play on them at all. And Gnar has pretty good coverage topside from the river, but doesn't have his Tribush warded. Although I think it's pretty hard to gank a Gnar who has hop. Oh man, now Soren's coming up to finish that turret too. This is pretty insane pressure. Basically, they just laned their way to 3 turrets. It's over. You can't lose this game now. They should free up. So let's see how they lose it. They should control the rivers now. Mike Young should be farming one of Skarner's camps on each side, I think, every rotation, if possible. But I think it depends on how the lane goes. Like, you still need to win the duel in the lane, even if you don't have a turret. I think it's just pretty easy to do it if you don't have a turret. Look how far mid's shoved up. Okay, he can catch this wave there, and he can move to where Mike Young is. And then Mike Young and Soren, okay, look at what Mike Young and Soren are doing. This is exactly what you should be doing, catching aggressively and pushing up. Now Gnar can do the same. So now they should be able to contest every camp, every minor camp that's kind of like in here. As soon as Mike Young goes back to farm his own jungle, he's kind of giving up the pressure. At that point, okay, so here they're contesting their first Wraith. They're contesting their red. They have Cinder to make it even more oppressive. Okay, so now they can do the same thing they did for the first set of turrets, but against the second set of turrets. All right, they miss a gank and a kill there. They have nothing to play for about 4 minutes. Drake is not going to be up for a minute. Oh, wait, no, they have Drake in a minute, and it's a second Infernal. Okay, so they need to recall right now and get back out on the map for this. And they need to not die here. There's a wave getting pushed in, so now they have to catch it to prevent this turret from going down. Okay, see how far back Ven and Mithy were playing there? They were afraid they were going to get ganked and killed. Okay, this is... I don't understand why TSM is not set up for this Drake. Like, this is really miserable. This is the second Infernal. It's live in 30 seconds. Mike Young's going to topside for some reason. And Ven and Mithy literally just got back out on the map. They should have recalled after the last play, immediately when the 1 minute timer hit, and they should already be out Okay, Mike Young gave blue and took wolves. Okay, they're still on time, but they're not going to make it. Because they're trying to catch midwave first, as if it were Drake, as if it were Baron. Okay, luckily they did, and Corky caught mid instead of... So I think that, personally, this is a personal thing. I think that the minions on Corky, he could give up. Like, I think that Fabivin could have given up those minions, and he could have been on position for Drake, and they could have taken Drake for one minion wave. Because the tendency is, when you're doing a Baron dance, okay, you want to control the mid wave, and the team that controls the mid wave has the consistent tempo advantage and is able to push in. But when you're playing for Drake, because you can kill it so fast, it's a fake feeling of advantage to have mid wave control. Because actually, you can just give up the mid wave, and you can just kill the Drake really fast, and then run to your turret, your bot turret, or you can just, run north through the jungle. And if they come to fight you, they're not hitting your mid turret. And if they're hitting your mid turret, then they're not coming to fight you, so you can flank them. So, especially if you're taking a second Infernal, it seems like the item spikes are okay. GP almost has ulti. Yeah, everybody's the same level, looks like. Except for Skarner. Okay, he doesn't have his level 2 ulti. That kind of sucks. But yeah, I would say, in this case, Fabivin, your team is already committed to the Drake, and you already have a tempo advantage. TSM went 4 mid to try to get the tempo advantage, so that's your window. That's when you say, like, okay, I'm not going to catch mid wave. I'm just going to sit with my team here. We're going to take the Drake, and if they come on us, we're going to fight them and force Gnar to TP in. Okay. So anyway, TSM forces them off, using their midwave pressure, and now they're going to try to fight it, now that they have midwave is on parity, and holy crap, Ezreal steals the Drake. Alright. That sucks. How big is Smite at level 11? Does it show Mike Young's character here? Okay. Let me see if it shows... If they ever select Sejuani. No, they're just on Ezreal. I want to see Sejuani. Alright. I never get to see Sejuani's smite, so I don't know how much damage it does at level 11. I'm not with G2. I'm not with the team, you guys. I'm not coaching any team this split. I want weekends off for my kids, so I'm working with Dojo. Also, I mean, I'm open for offers, but I haven't had an offer to work with a team. So... Okay, TSM rotates to top side. They want to control Baron. So they want to... Now the Baron dance begins. Okay, who cares about the replay? Go back to the game, please. $680. All right, so there's no way that Ezreal ult did that much damage. So he could have smited it. He just missed. Okay. They're giving Hanser red so that he can push in bot and move, and he can win the duel against GP. And then Sejuani is going to did a full jungle clear, and Mike Young's going to recall and go topside. Xayah and Rakan are completely controlling the river. This is really oppressive. They're literally face check clearing that bush there as 2 with no jungler. That's how far ahead they are, or confident they are in terms of their safety and their map situation. Okay, Soren is recalling right when their jungler showed up. So they used their first set of pressure to give Bjergsen a free recall. And Rakan is holding the wave mid. Notice how Clutch Gaming know that Mithy is mid and that he's not top here. So they think that Xayah is just like that safe. And they know that at least they... Wow. Yeah, this is pretty good coordination. Let me back up here. Sorry, there's so much stuff going on here. Okay, so Bjergsen. So first of all, they're clearing right here this ward aggressively, even though their jungler's not on the map. So they believe that they can do this mostly because look at where Sven is positioned. Right, he can Rakan can just like use his skill to get out of here, and and Sven has his ult. So they feel safe doing this. They have vision on the rotation from Corky, so they know Corky is on the minion wave because they pushed that. The reason they're doing this is because they can see probably Skarner on the minion wave. I think Bjergsen probably has vision of Skarner. So they just feel very confident doing this. They're not really face checking anything because they have vision of everybody on the map except Gangplank, who probably just walked into the jungle off the minion wave. Okay, so now they have mid pushed, top even, bot pushed. Now they're going to use this pressure to give Bjergsen a recall because he needs a recall, I guess, or he wants to recall. I don't know if he needs to. Okay, so Xayah is going to go top and Rakan is going to hold mid right here. And Gnar is going to time his recall with Bjergsen because the thing that you do not ever want is that you finally get pressure mid for Baron and then your top laner wants to recall. Or you finally get pressure on the bot lane because your top laner is pushing in and he's got his fresh recall, and then your mid laner wants to recall. It just sucks, okay? Their jungler just came out with fresh wards. You know that because he was just in base. Rakan has cleared wards but has not laid any, right? So he's laid one ward. But remember how they cleared the whole river and swept the whole river? And he put down one pink and he put down one ward? He didn't just like spam wards everywhere. He wants to hold them till his jungler comes out with fresh wards and his mid laner has pressure, and they want to put them aggressively in here. I hate teams that spend their fake pressure to ward up the entire river, and then they need to recall for more wards before they can put advanced wards. That's not how you do it. You clear the river, you hold your vision, you get pressure, you put advanced vision, then you recall, then you come back for river wards. Because by then, like, they have to come and face check all of your vision. So you have this timing window, all right? So they're doing it all right. They're doing it all really powerfully, correctly in terms of, like, Korean League of Legends, you would say. So, good, okay. So far, so good. What they should do here is if Xayah can catch this wave, is allowed to catch this wave top, then we have to assume that she's strong enough to be able to 1v1 whoever comes to her if it's a Ezreal. I don't know if she can 1v1 Corki, but she can probably 1v1 the Ezreal, it looks like. Because they're saying, like, you can get the push on top by yourself. I'm going to hold mid. So Rakan is Mithy's literally sitting mid. Mike Young hovers over Xayah. Xayah comes through Tribush. This is very confident. They must know that Corki took that path around and that he's there. Yeah. See, they see Corki on the minimap at red, and he goes north. So they know he's there. Then they know Braum is on the mid wave with Ezreal because they just see him. So they just have full vision. Mike Young goes in, and he's with Xayah. All right, so this is a fight they want to take if they can because they just pushed. Look at how pushed top wave is. Mid wave is neutral, I guess. All right, so they're just going to fight for the minions. They missed the ulti. Not sure that they... I guess if they can kill the jungler, then they know they get Baron, so they should. Whew. All right. GP throws his ulti, and Gnar is going to come in unnarred. If he can finish this TP and get his ulti off, Gucci. If he can't, it's going to be a bad fight unless they've already won. He's just going to be a win more Gnar. You know, chase them down Gnar. Mithy stays in the GP ulti in order to finish the kill on Skarner, because if you trade your support for jungler, you can Baron. Especially because Mithy's not a tank at this point. So that's good. Sven was out of it during the stopwatch, and he went back into it now, so that's good. Mike Young doesn't really take that much damage on the peripheral. I think that Sven just healed to try to save Mithy, and it went off late, or went off... Holy cow, he just got blown up. What happened to Mithy's HP? Oh, Corki got into the fight. Okay. So Mike Young gets blown up, and luckily he cancels his... Yeah. Luckily Gnar cancels his thing. So... They should have fought the caught jungler. That's good. But let's see why the fight went so bad. Probably because he missed his ulti, so he shouldn't have gone in on it. Alright. Yeah, so this is pretty good position right here. They know Corki's coming. 4v4, but they get the jump. Stopwatch. They get GP ulti. I guess here they could just back up and leave. I mean, it sucks to say, okay, GP ultied in a choke, and you're fighting Braum, Ezreal, and Corki's coming, so leave. But maybe, I guess, they're like, maybe we can win this, because we got, like, they're literally retreating, you know? But I guess they can't, and they just don't know it. Man, look at this damage. Jeez, Mike Young just gets shredded. Yeah, that would have been sick if Gnar finished his ulti early there. If Gnar finished his teleport early and was in the middle of that fight with a freaking full Gnar bar. That would have been epic. Like if he started his channel the moment that Bjergsen caught Lyra with his stun. All right, so from the pressure from that and the fact that Corki's mid, they get mid wave. Top is accumulating negatively against Clutch Gaming. So whoever catches top from TSM is going to deny them a bunch of minions, it looks like. No, because the turrets and the experience cause it to push the other way. It went neutral, and then now it's coming back towards them. Okay, why did they start Baron? Back up. Okay. Oh, they stayed out too long. They should have... Okay, so they missed mid wave on the first... They missed mid turret on the first wave. They stayed for the second wave. Then they stayed for the next wave. Then they stayed for the crab and the river and the wards, what they should never have done. They still haven't reset. Okay. So this is like the latest reset of all time. Here's a quintessential tempo thing. They're just like there's 3 champions that won that fight and still have not based. So they have no yeah, they have nothing. They don't have anything from that fight, from all of the kills that they got. The 2 kills, the turret, all the wards. Anything they collected before the fight. Like TSM was just in base. So this is yeah, and Brahms have health. They know Corki and Ezreal like can't be there. Gnar has timing. I guess it's not bad at all. Do they know that Skarner has no flash? They know that Skarner has no flash, so they think that they can keep him out. I guess all that Bjergsen has to do is ulti him and then E. And there's no way that Skarner can get into the pit. So it's just like a smite versus skills. There's no way Skarner could get into the pit. There was the flash right there. So they know he has no flash, and Skarner can't get into the pit without flash with a Cinder there. That's hilarious. Okay. All right, so they give up top turret for that. They reset. This is the Baron deployment. Let's see how it goes. What they should do is they should have Gnar bot. They should put their dual lane mid. They should put Cinder top. They should push in top and mid. They should rotate between top and mid, and Gnar should try to chip away at bot turret and move every wave. Gnar is taking crab for some reason. No, he's just checking wards. All right. He's timing it. No, he's not timing it. He's kind of timing it. All right. Bjergsen already left top wave, so I don't like this. I think he left too early. I think Bjergsen should have contested Corki for this wave, push the next one. He's not a side laner, right? Bjergsen's used to playing mid, so these instincts are a little bit off, but like if you abandon that wave on top this early, you just clear one wave, and then the other one just coasts in, and all Corki has to do is clear it, and the wave is reset to neutral. Look at this. The 2 waves are going to meet directly in the middle of the map right now, on top. So I see this a lot. I saw this a lot actually with Expect, where he would leave the lane 1 wave too early. Although a lot of times he had a really good reason for it, like vision and whatever. But if you can risk this, I guess Cinder doesn't have any escapes. She's not like a traditional mid laner who can go top. But if you can have a vision on their opponent, on your enemy team to risk this, Cinder should always take the next wave. It speeds up everything about the map. So now they're 4 mid. Oh, okay. They're just going to give up on top. They just want to go straight to bot turret. Why aren't they taking 3 at once? Why aren't they 1-3-1ing and then rotating between mid top? Because they want bot inhib, I guess. I think they could have gotten 3 turrets if they did that right. Not 2. Whew. Wow, that is a dead Cinder. They just got engaged on, I guess. Let's see what happens. Okay, here we go. I'm going to slow it down. Here we go, here we go, here we go. All right. Go, Mithy! Just kidding. All right. Yeah, he just gets insta-blown up because he's not a tank. Who just flashed out? Looks like Sven just flashed out. He flashed away from the Skarner. Bjergsen did not flash away from the Skarner. And so this is the result of that. Okay. Disengage. So they got 2 turrets for their Baron. And they gave up 1. They gave up top, tier 1. And Drake. Mountain Drake, that sucks. It's a good one. Too bad it's not a cloud. All right, so they get back out on the map. Corki's prepping his rockets by throwing them in the other direction. Gnar is pushing in GP still. They're sieging top. This seems good. I like... This shows really good mental health of the team in terms of like their like it's really clear that it was Mithy that took the blame for that, right? Because if Mike Young had thrown his ulti and gone in, I would think, and then they played passively after that, I would think, okay, Mike Young engaged and he engaged bad and he's nervous. Remember how they were talking in the previous one, like they've been talking him up. And so now they're playing a little more passive. Or if he went back to farm his jungle, you know, I see this a lot with junglers who make a mistake. They'll go and they'll farm their own camps. You know, look at the map. Like, do you really want your jungler like on your own wolves at this point in the game right now? No. So I think Mithy has a ton of mental resilience. He engaged. He probably was like, sorry, guys. You know, I'm an idiot. Let's go back and redeploy. Just pretend nothing happened. We still have the same pressure in the map. Like, nothing's changed. So they go back. And they immediately go back into a really careful deployment. They caught mid wave. They siege top with the big crash mid wave. Now the danger point starts, right? Because mid is cleared. So now they can do 4v4 top with GP ulti. So like a 4.5 on Clutch Gaming side. So now I'm scared because I'm looking at the Corki and the Ezreal and the Skarner who are coming in on top side. Luckily, this is the advantage of sieging a side lane tower, is that you have a wall to your back, so you can't be flanked that easily from both sides. They can always just kite down the lane. So I think they're pretty safe. They have a bit of a vision concave. They have a ward at Wraiths and at red, so they know that nobody can sneak around on a long way behind them, and nobody can sneak through the tri-bush, essentially almost any way possible. So they know that they're going to be coming from the front. The question is, do they keep sieging this turret, or do they go back to wave control? If they keep sieging it, it means that they think they can win a fight, or that they can win a poke war. Okay, so let's see. Or they can get a catch. All right, so they don't think that they can get a catch, they don't think they can win a poke war, and they don't think they can siege the turret. So they just need to go back to wave control here. They did get half of it dead. Maybe they should throw Gnar up there till the next Baron, and see if he can just like chip it down with his boomerangs. Let's find out. All right, so they redeploy all mid to get mid pressure, and then somebody needs to go top ASAP. Okay, they send Bjergsen, good. They're keeping their 80 carry mid. Hanser has played super smart this game. I think that there was one time he could have gotten a solo kill on the GP that he should have gone for it instead of trying to go to the river. I think he maybe could have pushed that a little bit more, like when he had red buff there. I feel like he could have taken that turret by himself instead of getting rotated onto when he had red before the Baron deploy. Maybe I think it was before the Baron deploy. I think after the Baron deploy too, he could have taken it by himself. Gnar is great because he can usually take turrets in GP's face if he can run a mallet or get a red buff or something. All right, so we have a couple seconds till Baron. Do we want to go back and look at the setup? No, it was pretty much... Okay, no, it was not textbook. Whatever this is not a textbook. Baron's in 1 minute. Actually, it's in 45 seconds. So they push the waves, late recalls. They come back out. They need to push the waves again. Let's see what they do. They need to go straight to top lane, and they need to push this next mid lane that they're walking on. So they're walking on the mid lane wave that they need to push. And nobody's top, although there needs to be one top. Okay, they don't push the mid lane. Xayah pushes it by herself. Great. So they get the vision. They can't re-enter mid through line because Clutch Gaming has given up top wave. So now they should send one person top. They should just... Three people go the long way to mid. Here's what you do, TSM. 3 people go long way to mid. Okay. One person goes top, pushes the wave. Somebody who's safe, right, and who can retreat because there's no mid tower. And you give a little bit of pressure because Gnar's coming, right? So we already know that GP grouped. We know that Gnar is behind him. So you have Gnar. You say, okay, they're gonna be here mid 4. They're giving up top wave. GP's already walked. I think they probably even saw him on this minion right there. I don't know what that is, but that looks like a blue thing. So put Gnar back bot. Put somebody top. But probably Xayah, I would say, is the safest person to do that. Mithy backing them up, maybe Mike Young, like farming a jungle camp or something in between, or sitting on the wall, and you push the side waves, and then they push one wave mid, they crash it on the turret, and you threaten. I mean, they can't siege the turret for more than one wave, so you have Syndra there. She can like clear it, hopefully long range. Maybe Skarner could flash engage, but I don't know. I think you just play safe, and then they lose Baron control completely because they lost the side wave, they lost the top wave, they lost the bot wave. They have to give up mid and redistribute their team on the map, and then that's when you take the mid wave and you clear Baron again. Okay, TSM, I solved your problem for you. Let's see what you do. Okay, they want to fight. Cool. That works too. Kill the jungler, and then you get a free Baron. Zen is stuck in the ulti. Gnar is here. Whew. Why does Sven take so much damage? Was that from Corki? Man, look at this. Gnar and Sven are literally at a quarter HP just from poking. They didn't even have a fight. Pretty disgusting. Okay, so now they should start it, and there's no... They should turn on the fight if they need to. Oh, man. Did he use his ulti? Oh, yeah. Okay, I don't know what Haunter's doing. He doesn't have his Gnar bar. I guess he's just distracting them. Good. He didn't even have to flash the wall. He just jumped it. Smart top laner. No, clock down. Bjerg has been playing mid lane for years. It's basically impossible to, like, he plays mid lane. The thing I was talking about was a top lane thing. Like, I remember when Doublelift was first moving to mid lane. Remember when AD carries had to go mid when this started happening? It started happening 2016, halfway through the season. And Peter was like, "Holy crap, there's so many small things that you learn throughout the years. Like you play 7 years in your lane and you learn the most minute specialties of that lane. And then you go to another lane and you're like, wow, I know nothing, right? Because all of these little itty-bitty instincts they're trained for your lane. It wasn't farming a side wave, man. He was pushing for pressure. If he wanted farm, he could have... It wasn't for gold. Like, he came out on the map, he had his items. He was trying to do Baron. But anyway, the point of my play is moot because they were actually playing for bot turret. So what they wanted to do was collapse on the Gnar lane and put Gnar top. And so he did the right thing, actually. He moved quickly. But if they wanted to do the whole team play, could have been top turret, top and mid turret, and leave the Gnar bot to chip damage it down. Okay, third Infernal. This sucks. Wait, TSM have Baron? Okay, so I really love this. I love what Clutch Gaming is doing here. I always tell teams when the opposing team takes Baron, force them to fight on another neutral. Baron's advantage is when it's around minions. If you keep the enemy team around a neutral that doesn't have minions involved, like not a turret, then you mitigate most of their advantage. And on top of that, you're burning their buff, right? So Clutch Gaming here should be thinking, okay, we want to contest Drake, which forces them to come for us because we have 2 Infernals. They have to contest with us. Okay? So now our goal here is to delay as long as possible. So we don't want to just like all die. And we don't want to just give it up and go back to lanes. We want to extend this fight as long as possible. We want to make sure we don't lose it. And if we give up Drake, fine. It's actually a win because we're forcing TSM, who has Baron buff, to sit at Drake and fight us while their Baron buff is ticking down. So this is essentially like perfect from Clutch Gaming. They should be completely deployed right here and like put all their chips on this. And TSM should basically say, I mean, I guess that they really want this Drake. They need to fight it. Like, they're just in a bind. If they had 1 Infernal, maybe, they could just say, okay, let's prep waves and just win. Like, we'll get inhibs. But they really can't. I think that they have to say third Infernal is... Like, if we can get this Infernal as TSM, then all of a sudden it's just a single Infernal lead. That's nothing, you know? Each team fight's gonna... Oh my god, did Ezreal just throw his ulti north? What the hell? Did you guys see that? I wasn't... My eyes weren't deceiving me, right? I don't know why TSM was fighting that. They should have gone back to base so that they could deploy with Baron. What the heck happens? Why does he... Okay, this sucks that Mithy's not in position yet. It's mostly because he was trying to kite around to the backside. Look at Ezreal. Look at Apollo. Look at Apollo. Is he clearing minions? I think he just cleared mid-wave. I think he just cleared mid-wave minions. Why would he do that? That seems ridiculous. Maybe he wanted the attack speed buff? But then you just throw it over, like... That seems really dumb. Like, he should clear the next wave, if anything. Okay. All right. This is it. It's a smite fight. Clutch Gaming is doing this perfectly. This is exactly what they should have done. They lose the dragon, they give up 2 kills, and they don't all die. It would have been better if nobody died and they gave up the dragon. But they burned off like an entire minute of their Baron buff. No, 1 minute and 30 seconds of their Baron buff. They went from 3 minutes down to 1:30. It would have been better if 1 less person died, I think. Maybe like not Ezreal. I think Ezreal died with flash up. So did Lyra, I guess. So anyway, all the stuff that TSM's getting was their prerogative to get anyway. They have Baron buff. They're probably going to get mid inhib. They're probably going to get the jungle camps. They're probably going to get all that stuff. So Clutch Gaming basically wanted to face them off with the dragon and see if they could net any sort of kills. They did not, in fact, net any kills. They did, in fact, give up 1 too many kills in return. They did give up the dragon, so TSM is happier now. And they're gonna, and then TSM basically took mid inhib and the redeploys, and the Baron buff is gonna be up hopefully before the siege for Clutch Gaming. Oh, sad. TSM wasn't in position to Baron buff that wave, so they had to give it up. Corki just straight up cleared it. All right, Gnar should chip down this turret as soon as they have vision. Okay, they have vision of Clutch Gaming, so now Gnar can fight the GP. Okay, look, Gnar. Now he's going up. So previously Hanser was backing off and hiding in the bush. And then he, this time he walked up with the wave, but then GP just freaking cleared it. so it's pointless. Whoa, Ezreal is trying to advance clear the mid wave. All right, so they siege top because Ezreal's mid. Perfect. And they don't walk the wave in because they want to take another line of vision before they walk into that turret. They want to escort mid wave in, and then they can siege top or bot. All right, they just give up. Man, Skarner is such a lame jungler. I mean, I don't know if he's good or not, but it just sucks to have no mobility. Notice how most junglers that are ever used always have some sort of way of hopping walls or being mobile in some way, some sort of dash. Being a jungler and not being able to get over a wall is like, it changes everything. It changes everything about how you play. Like, it slows your game down to a flash timer. You can't invade when you don't have flash. You can't invade even when you do have flash, because you give up flash just to escape over a wall. It's the most brutal experience. You've got to be really good as a team to play with a no-dash jungler and be super effective at it. It's like hard to get around fights. If you're on the wrong side of a wall, your positioning in fights matters a million times more. Like, just everything. Oh, nice. Too bad he caught the support. Okay, they're just trying to get a catch. Probably should have aimed for the jungle. They want to catch the jungle here so that they can... I don't know. I feel like Nar should be able to push this wave. I mean, I feel like he should duel the GP. I don't know what is going on, that he's not winning this hard. Like, super hard. Okay. So they call the GP's there. Nar says, GP's there, GP's there. So he gets the next wave. So now they can start Baron, and GP has to go back bot. Yeah, GP's going bot, so now they can start Baron, and Nar can TP in. GP could ulti on them. So they should start Baron and see if they can force GP to ulti on them, I think. If they can blow the GP ulti, that'll be cool. Man, GP just moves the same time Nar does. It sucks. All right, no, he's already there. They can't... Wow. Wait, what happened? GP's here, so they can't fight. Okay, so it's not there. It's the next one. Okay. So GP's here, so they can't do the thing that I said before, which is when Nar gets here first. So fight here would be really bad. So they want to get Baron and get out. They see the jungler mid. There's literally... Yeah, they see the jungler mid, and they're taking the Baron for free. 2.1, 2.2k. 1,000. 950. Smite to 36, and bam, Ezreal Q. So he smited like 36 HP early. That sucks. He's level 16. So what was it, 930? So, or 950, so he has a 920 smite or something. Ouch. Oh, wait, there's a fight. Okay, so Clutch Gaming have Baron now, right? Which means, what does TSM want to do? They want to fight them when Clutch Gaming is trying to get tempo. Do not allow them to get tempo on waves. You want to duel them. You want to fight them when you have an advantage in terms of numbers. You want to fight them when you have an advantage in terms of, or even just equal. You want to force them onto this Drake and tool them on the neutral for a long time. Just whatever you do, don't let them reset and prep waves. Or don't let them prep waves for free. Basically want to force them onto a neutral. 900 smite, okay. All right, so what they want to do here is, like, essentially TSM does not recall, which I like. They go straight to Elder to kind of force the issue. Okay, so Clutch Gaming has to be back out on the map. They have to contest this because TSM is just going to, like, take the... holy cow, that was a big barrel. Take the Drake. Okay. Bjergsen wants to recall because he doesn't want to get one shot by GP's ulti. Okay, so Bjergsen's in base. He's rushing back out. All right, here we go. So they did it enough so that Clutch Gaming is like abandoning the mid wave. Literally, they should not. Okay, Clutch Gaming should contest this clearing of the mid wave. If they can push the mid wave past this point, it's almost a free Elder. But they just let it sit there and then enter the line bush, which I don't like. So first mistake by Clutch Gaming. So now the fight can take place here instead of on the way into Drake. If it's on the way into Drake, then there's no way that they can get through GP barrels. When you have GP, you always want to set up barrels, add a neutral, and have the opposing team walking into you. Did you see what one barrel did to Bjergsen and Mithy when he was sitting in a bush there? That's how you want to fight every fight with GP, if you can. So right now, they should have contested us for the mid wave and pushed it up like a few more inches, gone into Drake, cleared out vision, and then sat there with GP in every single bush on the way to Drake, and just like taking Drake. Yeah. But they didn't know that. Okay, so anyway, they try to go on to them, which is silly. But anyway, here goes Mithy. He managed to get his ulti off. Ooh. Wow, that is a lot of damage. That is just so much damage. Oh, that is so much damage. It's like, how do you even return that kind of damage? Man, Corky and GP just, what a brutal combination. I just want to see this again. Okay, so he gets dragged in. He's dead. Hanser jumps over the wall. He's dead. There's like, yeah. They almost got Solo. I really loved coaching Solo on Ember when he was playing GP. He was just really good with team fights with him. Really good on team fights with him. He would just catch the odd barrel and just win the game. I liked it. Okay, so now they have... Oh, painful. Now they have Drake and Baron. And they're sieging. Okay. Pushing up. So TSM needs to defend Nexus inhib turrets here. Do not give up an inhib. Do not give up an inhib against a Corky. Once he has package, it'll be really hard. I don't think they should be sieging mid inhib. I think they should be taking top turret and then splitting onto top and bot inhib and use GP ulti to kind of like get the super advantage there. I don't know why teams just like group ARAM mid when they have Baron. It seems really silly. All right, so they don't even get, they get one turret, right? They got bot tier 2. Is that right? Did they get mid tier 2 as well? They might have got mid tier 2 as well. They should have gotten the top tier 2, and they probably should have got chip damage on the top turret. But they didn't. All right, so TSM holds. Good job. And Baron is in a minute 30, so they're chilling around doing nothing, which is kind of a... This would tilt double lift, I think. Why are we chilling around doing nothing? Fight! Do something! They need to get that bot wave pushed. They can't have GP moving first. GP is supposed to move second. So they need to get Gnar. They need to get Gnar first moving. They need to have him pushing the wave up and being challenging there. But I don't think they can, so they just want to 5-man it. They're just going to bring him there first and just hope they win the fight. They definitely don't want to give up position on Drake. Man, I hate seeing ultis burned on supports. I just hate it. People do it all the time. It's not, okay, it's not, that's not a Mike Young thing, you guys. Like, people blow ultis and supports all the time. I just think it's so hilarious. It depends on the support's kit, but I think it's so hilariously bad most of the time when there are so much more higher priority targets that you can blow up. Like, supports are sitting there like, how do I get them to use all their spells on me? How do I get them to use all their spells on me? And then you use them all on them, and they're like, I figured it out. Like if you just do nothing to a support, you neutralize to a Braum, you neutralize half of his game plan. Okay, here we go. Here's the fight, guys. I love Bjergsen on Syndra. He's always sitting there with that ball ready to stun you. He gets the stun off. Midwave is neutral. Gnar is ready to flank. He's got crappy Gnarbar, but what can you do? Okay. Mike Young goes in. Oh, Mithy goes in, gets 2. Cleanse. That was like insane. So everybody flashed. Ezreal flashed out of that, and Corki did his little Valkyrie out, and GP flashed it. So that was sick by Mithy. He literally blew 3 flashes. Not 3 flashes. He blew 2. But he blew Valkyrie as well. I'm not sure. Haunter is so close to jumping over the wall here and narring them all into it. Come on, do it. Hop and gnar, and then everybody engages. Mithy's like way too far back. Oh, he's trying to regen. Oh, that was such an opportunity. Such an opportunity. Now, neither team has jungle, so this is hilarious because they're standing off for Baron and no team has jungle. I hate it when teams go into river like this. TSM is totally zoned off now. It sucks. I really think teams should just instantly base or kite down lane. I would rather see that. Okay, here we go. They're not going to try to Baron without jungle, are they? Holy cow, they are. Yeah, because they have position with GP. They want them to come in, so they're... Oh, man. All right, I thought they wanted them to come in, and then they fight them, because they have position with GP, but they just forgot it's like 50 minutes in the game. They have 2 Infernals and a Mountain, so... It's kind of irrelevant. So TSM should not have recalled, looks like. They should have stayed there until Clutch Gaming gave up or went on the turret. All right, so now you want to get them, you want to push the waves, and you want to either force a fight or get them onto a neutral. Okay, so they push 5-man mid, which is good. That's what you want to do. Don't let them prep waves. They have a huge wave here. They're going to crash it and take the turret. Take the turret. Ooh, this is exciting. TSM's doing the right thing, which is not to play scared and pretend like that you're going to lose now. They have Baron buff, so what? They don't have any supers. If you can win the 5-man over the minion wave, then you can win the push. So now they want to go for the inhib, but they also are thinking, should we wait for super minions? Because Siege in the inhib seems kind of dangerously aggressive here. Maybe we should wait. Okay, so they recall. They took a inhib and a turret. So they probably have a little bit of gold to spend, not much. Kind of irrelevant at this point. Most of the gold, I think they should not be too excited to recall, but they got to get top wave here. All right, I'm going to speed up the game again. Once again, an ARAM mid. Good for TSM. Might. Okay, I'm going to see if Hanser is buying something like super special, because if he's literally clearing Gromp just to clear Gromp, that is so intoxicatingly bad. Like, he could have been threatening on the mid wave, or he could have been... Okay, he bought an item. So he must have needed an item buy, so he killed 1 jungle creep. Okay, fine. I'll pass on that. But man, why didn't you just clear the next top wave instead? Because he wanted to be invisible, I understand. He wanted to disappear toward mid so that Clutch Gaming thought that he might be coming. Fine. But I still don't have to like it. I still don't have to like it. Ooh, that was good. Yes, yes, yes. This is what I like to see. All right, let's back up. Okay, so Clutch Gaming right now is... Wait, here comes the... Okay, he cleared Wolves and Gromp. That's so annoying. Like, there's got to be a better way to do that. All right. He's coming out with his purchase. All right. Clutch Gaming is setting up for Drake way early here. Way early. They haven't even bothered to set up bot wave. I don't know what they're thinking. There's even an award there for backdoor TP. It's crazy. They're just playing so bad. Like, they have zero intentionality about their side wave control. All right, so they're sitting in a line bush here, and they're just waiting for the Corki. I think he might be picking up package, maybe. I can't tell. Okay, so TSM gets midwave. Ooh, nice catch from Syndra. And now Mithy's going to say, yes, we want this. Engage. Mike Young has a sick follow-up. Get the lash. Get the stun. Like, he should be dead. I think he should have been ultied by Syndra, 100%. Because then you ulti and then you stun, and you get like 3 or 4 people. Does Bjergsen not have ulti? Why didn't he kill him? There's a no flash GP there. Can anybody explain to me why Bjergsen didn't ulti him and then E to stun him again and stun 3 people? Okay. Let's watch this. Okay, so he gets the stun. A nice little follow-up from the fairy. And Mithy's like, okay, we win the game. This is it. We kill with our GPS. So he flashes. Charms him. Hits the charm. Mike Young hits him. Zen's like, yes, I'm on board with this, baby. Win the game. Do-do. 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 Okay, he just pulled his feathers back, so he snared him. All right, so Syndra's ulti should be in the air right now on him already, and then follow up with the E, right? So he's ultis, all the balls fly there, and then you E, and it scatters them. Scatter the weak or whatever. And it stuns like their whole team. All right, so let's see about this barrel. GP is about to cast a barrel and an ulti. Okay, he missed the barrel. Thank God. 1,531 damage onto nothing. But his ulti's doing work. Mike Young's about to be suppressed to death. He flashes, which is a bad idea. He shouldn't have flashed. Or he should have flashed the wall. Sven is really trying to do damage, but just can't because there's a freaking Corki there slaughtering him. He flashes right into the Corki rocket. Or did you think Fabivin planned that? Did you see that? I wish I could skip back just a little instead of a lot. Man, it's so hard for Xayah to do damage through a GP ulti like that. Look at Corki's rocket. He flashes right into it. Oh, brutal. All right, now their AD carry's dead, so they're like, no, run away. And one of them gets out. Okay. Mithy survives. Solo's hunting him. Wow, that was hilarious. All right, game over. Okay, so that game didn't look too bad from TSM's point of view. I think that they should have ended. Trying to think of when they should have ended. I feel like after mid inhib was down, they should have won the game. So they got the outer wave of turrets, then they got the inner wave of turrets. They probably shouldn't have given up second Infernal at all. They certainly shouldn't have given up the Mountain Drake, but that was not really a fight, right? They just Clutch Gaming just took that off the back of something. There they got the second Infernal. Or the third Infernal, thank gosh. Okay, they took the mid inhib. All right, so then, yeah, this is where they should have won. I feel like they just kind of gave up pressure. I think they gave up pressure too much in late game. They either needed to engage on this poking thing that was going on, or they needed the Gnar to actually win his matchup and force the GP off the wave long enough to take a turret in his face. And I think actually, personally, I think their Baron deployment where they went to bot here was a mistake. I think they wasted too much right here. I think they should have done a 1-3-1. Like, there's nothing sneaky about Clutch Gaming here. Excuse me. There's nothing sneaky about Clutch Gaming. They can't gank anywhere without you knowing it. And their jungler is not like Evelyn, right? Or anything. Their Corki does not currently have package, as far as I can tell. So I think right here, they should have gone 1-3-1, rotate between bot and top and take those. And at the same time, that prevents, like, GP can't barrel the wave to death when it's Baroned. So Gnar can actually finally take turret in front of GP. The reason that he couldn't take turret before was because he couldn't force GP to not clear the wave. Now he has Baron, so finally he can take turrets in his face. So you want to leave the Gnar alone, take the other two turrets. You can take all three turrets here at once if you go top bot, or top mid, and leave the Gnar to, like, screw the GP over. That's my thought. So I think this is a boo-boo here when they fully rotate to bot. You do this when you have a tank top laner. When you have like a Maokai or something, you rotate onto your tank. Then your tank doesn't need to rotate because your tank is not really necessarily going to get the push and be able to rotate. And if he rotates and the other person is a DPS, then they can just clear it and follow, right? But if you rotate onto your tank, then like he's sitting there tanking, he keeps the guy off the wave, and then he sits there and the wave crashes and then everybody's there with the tank. But I don't like the rotation onto the Gnar here. I think that was the big mistake. Okay. I think the mental seemed fine. I think Mike Young was engaging. Like he wasn't not following up. So that was good. Mithy, I mean, you can't really tell about Mike Young's mental here because they have another engage in the team. Like Mithy's there, right? Now Mithy always kind of wants to do follow-up, but the problem is, because he's not a pure tank, but the problem is that Rakan is so good at catching people out that he has to do primary engage too. Because like he's going to be able to see people out of the fight and just kill them. I think there could have been some more catches, but I didn't really see that much, that much vulnerability. I don't know. It's really hard as Xayah also to do damage unless you're in a very standard kind of setup for a team fight. Like she has to keep autoing and autoing and autoing. It's not like a Corki where you can just blow your load onto them and get a ton of damage out. So tough game. Tough comp once Clutch Gaming was in the position that they were in, where they could blow people up. Once they have position on an objective, it's super hard to get in on them. TSM recognized that, right? They gave them the first 2 dragons. Easy. And then after that, TSM was there every single time first. Try to get there always first. They were like, we need to get there first. Even one time, I seem to remember like the 3rd Baron or so, TSM literally gave up the bot wave and 5-manned. Yeah, it was right here. Right? Gnar should have gone bot out of base, and he just went 5-man mid. I don't remember when it was. Anyway, there was a point later on. Thought it was here. Yeah, when Gnar, I think it was here. Gnar should go bot, but instead he just goes straight 5-man mid. See, right there. Yeah. So they know. They're like, we cannot let them have position on Baron. Just give up bot wave. Like, don't even push it. You have to come mid right now. If we give up position on Baron, there's 0 way we will get into the Baron area again because they have GP barrels and they have freaking all this poke. And on top of that, they'll kill the Baron in 2.5 seconds with Corki and GP. So this is like they know what's going on. TSM is smart. This game came down to I think this game came down to just not getting catches. Not winning when they had the chance. When they had the advantage. And this stupid thing. This fight. They should have won. Look at this. Oh my god, Mithy. So sick. Look at how much he blew there. And then he hourglassed all this damage. Yeah, they should have freaking slaughtered them here. The whole team. In. Just like GP should be dead. Like, they should be on the other side of this GP ulti by now, in my opinion. Gnar should be hopping over the wall. He should be on top of the minion wave. Like, and then he goes Gnar, and then nobody has flashes. Bam! They all get knocked into this turret. This turret stump there. Oh, that was the fight, man. They should have gone ham. They should have gone ham. Oh, well. Anyway, thanks for the stream, guys. Appreciate it. Let me go back to the... Thank you for coming out. I hope that you enjoyed this VoD review of TSM losing to Clutch Gaming. Good job, Fabivin. We have a, we have an ex-EU prodigy finally putting his mark on the North American LCS. Hakuho, I'm really happy to see him win. Solo is literally one of my favorite people ever. I'm so happy to see him as on the starting lineup of some LCS team, and I'm so happy to see him take a game. And I was really happy to see him play so cleanly. Like, I was blaming this all on Kevin, right? I was like, hey, Hanser should be really taking advantage of this more, but the credit has to go to the person who's doing the defense, because obviously I think Hanser would have run over him if he could, but he didn't, which means credit to Solo, right, for playing the defense. And the 2 times that Gnar had the opportunity to move first, GP straight up matched him, like cleared the wave in a second and was there at the same time. So that was super crucial and really important, and nice instincts there. So kudos to Solo. Lyra was like a big meh. I mean, he literally gave up Baron by not having flash. Just kind of played Skarner, Didn't really do any amazing catches. More like TSM walked into fights and then he used his ultimate in the fight. So that was pretty cool. Solo made a claim, apparently, come playoffs, we'll be able to beat any team in an interview. Yeah, I mean, I think Paulo's pretty good. I think Hakuho's fine. I think Fabivin is fairly strong. I think Lyra's a beast, but I don't like him on Skarner that much. I love Solo. I think he's a beast in disguise, actually. Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe he thought he was Kha'Zix or something. I don't know why he flashed on Rakan at level 3. I think maybe he thought, this is the only chance I'm ever going to have to kill this champion. It was his only chance in the game to make an impact. Like, if he had flashed on him and then autoed him like 3 more times and killed him, then game over, right? So maybe it was worth it, but it didn't seem like it was ever going to work. Like, 0 chance of it working. Maybe it works a lot in SEA or something, but okay. Thanks, guys. Make sure to follow me on Snapchat. I'm about to head to the gym. 6:30, I think, right now. Yeah, it's like, I'll probably be at the gym by 6:30 a.m. So I'm getting a late start today because I had to do this 1-hour VoD review. So we had a 2-hour stream session. Holy cow. Rocking that out there. I'll get it uploaded onto YouTube soon. You'll be able to see it. And make sure to check out the Mac program. I haven't run any ads this entire show, but I would like to promote my Mac program. And I'm going to give you a sneak peek if you stick around for a second. I'm going to give you guys a sneak peek at what is to come with the Mac program. So the Mac program is, by the way, a training program that I did with CLG when they first won Madison Square Garden, and then I went and I did it with TSM, and then we beat CLG, and then I did it with G2, kind of, and we extended G2's dominant streak in the EU for another 2 seasons, and really improved our Worlds run, although we were in the group of death, so it didn't look like it, but holy cow, was G2 and TSM strong in 2016, 2017 Worlds. Sequentially, so TSM in the 2016 and G2 in the 2017. Although the group of death obscured the stats behind that just a bit. But anyway, definitely top 4 team for both times. And this is the program that I rely on to kind of teach the fundamental skills of mental resilience. And I wish I could do it with TSM right now. I wish I do. Although I think that Mithy and Soren and Hanser don't need it. I think that they already have had a ton of it. I think that Sven kind of has his own thing going on. He's just really like kind of resilient in his own way. He rarely ever is impacted in game that much by what's happening. Maybe if he did the Mac program, he'd have a little bit more leadership. But I think that he, as an AD carry wouldn't mind just focusing on his game, right, and not having to lead his team. So I think that's like you give and take and kind of idea. Mike Young would benefit from it, probably, sure. I don't think he's playing that bad. I think he's playing pretty standard from what I see of most junglers. I think that when I was watching him on P1, I didn't see any particular thing that made him seem that special. I think P1 had a couple good games that seemed weirdly overhyped. They just seemed like standard, decent games against bad teams that had an early mess up by an opposing jungler and then got snowballed properly in a solo queue way by another jungler. But there was nothing like amazing going on mechanically or strategically or anything about those. And so when Mike Young came to TSM, I was like, okay, cool. He's a jungler, you know? So I think that 99.9% of the issue that the fans have with Mike Young is expectations that they had over caster-hyped prowess from another team that was not actually there. I think he's a fairly decent jungler, and he was really good for being a rookie, and now he's got a lot to learn about how to be flexible in the meta. And I think he did an incredible job this game. It seemed like he was always in the right place at the right time, except for that one Drake, the first Drake. I think that he should have managed to take Drake before 15 minutes, before Clutch Gaming ever had a chance at it, and I think he should never have gone crab when Drake was exposed like that. Top crab. So I think that those were minor mistakes that were fixable. But yeah, other than that, they were on top of every objective in terms of the timing. He was recalling with his mid laner or with his support for, I saw 2 of the Barons when they were prepping for him. He was recalling the support, coming out fully with wards, right? So he was doing everything right. He seemed to engage well. Oh, anyway, the MAC program, right? So this program, the Mindfulness Acceptance Commitment Training Program, is essentially the program that I use to train pro teams. And I was trying to figure out a way to kind of put this out into the world more. And this is what I came up with about 3 years ago, was to do an online video training course and to make it affordable. So I did it. And this is about the 3rd version, and I'm going to show you now a sneak peek into the 4th version. Let's see. Let's see if I can find a cool one to show. Okay, I'm going to show this screen. I think this is the coolest one. All right, how do I show this? Let me see here. OBS. All right, check this out, guys. This is so cool. It's so cool. Video capture. No, I want screen capture. Window capture, there we go. Create new. No, it's not showing. All right, that sucks. Go away. Sorry, guys. Literally, it's not showing. I do window capture and it won't go through. But anyway, what you were about to see was a mock-up of an app, a mock-up of a Mind Games Mindfulness Acceptance Commitment app that I think is going to be the next stage of the Mac program. So every single time I've upgraded this program, I have grandfathered everybody into it. Like, you buy it, you get it for life, right? And it just keeps getting better and better. Right now, I charge a single entry price, right? So it's priced like you take a course. So you pay a front price, you get everything in the program forever for free. Just keeps upgrading, you get added again. I don't know how to phrase that sentence. And in the future, I think that, especially when I go with the app, I'm going to go with a subscription model where you pay a certain amount, per year, and you get access, and it continues to be upgraded forever. Because I keep working at it, right? But the people who, for these last few years and for this year, have been supporting me and supporting this program and kind of getting in early, they of course are going to get it permanently, like lifetime, right? As it's just one-time fee. So now is a good time to dive in on that, because that price is not going to be stuck in this model forever, and especially not after release this app. You have time. because this app is not going to come out for a while, but I'm just so excited that I have pictures of it, and I'm really pumped to start working on it. So thank you for sticking with me through this entire stream. I'm sorry that TSM lost. I'm super happy that Clutch Gaming played such a strong game. I don't think that they took it very easily. I think that it looks like it just kind of was like came down to a couple little minor things, but Clutch Gaming had to do a lot of things right to get to that point. And they also made a number of mistakes, which I'm sad that TSM couldn't capitalize on, but the mistakes weren't big enough to capitalize on for victories. They were more like just minor, kind of like, you shouldn't do it this way, and you gave up a chance to win here and stuff like that. But then they won later, so when you give up a chance to win and then you win later, it doesn't matter as much that you made that mistake in the first place. Okay. I'll see you guys later. Make sure to follow me on... Forget that. Forget Snapchat. I'm sorry. Screw it. Like, every single month since I left TSM, my Snapchat story numbers have declined. I've been putting out the most amazing Snapchat story, I think, in all of esport. And every single month since I left TSM, my Snapchat numbers have declined because you cannot be discovered on Snapchat. Like, nobody's just going to find my Snapchat and like, be, oh, this is cool. Meanwhile, every single month, my Instagram numbers go up, right? And I do the same story on both platforms. I do this epic, awesome, amazing story where I reply to people and, I show my day and I share insight and I answer people's questions about mental resilience and mental toughness. And we talk about training and fitness and how it all fits into esport. And I shoot funny shorts also. I think it's pretty dope. Anyway, and Snapchat is just, I don't know. It's like really, it's just not that useful for creators. I mean, it's great. I pull it out when I want to send pictures to my kids, but the story that I'm doing has zero discoverability. You can't go and find it. And I spread it around on other social media accounts, but nobody wants to go from YouTube to Snapchat. Nobody's sitting here on their Twitter and they want to open their Snapchat. They're on Twitter because they want to be on Twitter. You're on YouTube because you want to be on YouTube. You're on Twitch because you want to be on Twitch. You're not just going to go like Snapchat. The place that you need to discover content is within the place that you want to discover the content. I'm using Instagram. I want to find more stuff on Instagram. I'm using Snapchat. I want to find other cool stories on Snapchat, but you can't because there's no discoverability in this platform. So, like, as far as creators go, it's just annoying. Like, you put all this effort in, you put all this time in, you put all this kind of like care into marketing yourself and trying to do something valuable, and then nobody sees it because the platform is just a simple basic messaging app with zero social aspect to it in terms of the ability for creators like myself to do stuff. So Instagram, yeah, forget Snapchat. This is my Instagram, guys. Follow me there. I'll see you at 1 million. Oh, and I don't know if you noticed my shirt. I'm wearing my cool shirt. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but check it out. Oh, hey, this is my Twitch chat. Hey, Twitch chat. I don't know what you're doing in here, but that's cool. Anyway, this is my VoD shirt. This is my privacy is a universal right, and this is my favorite VPN of all time. And I'm promoting them because they are awesome, and I know their CEO, and they're not paying me anything for this, except they gave me this cool t-shirt. But I wanted to let you guys know that if you want to use a VPN to secure your privacy anywhere, this is the best one that I think exists. Because it is. Every single time I get together with this guy and we talk, he tells me about some new innovation that his company made that then other VPNs all adopted. So I think that if you're looking in the market and you see that one company has produced two to five innovations that every other VPN started using as standard, why don't you just go join the company that's the one innovating all this stuff instead of the ones that are following? That's what I say. But anyway, I just wanted to let you guys know about that because I wore that shirt today and yesterday intentionally, and I'm going to wear it to the gym right now because it's dirty. So now it's my gym shirt. And yeah, catch y'all later.